Well, finally got my connectors in. First thing you want to do is you want to connect from the receiver to these. It'll make it a lot easier connecting them outside than doing it on the inside after you've connected everything. Now I do got a couple more to connect, but I wanted to give you the basic principle that I do. I really can't go into too much detail because there's not much detail to give, but in order to do this the proper way, I know a lot of people say you gotta have a professional, but they give you everything you need in that little book they call a manual that comes with it. It's pretty simple. It tells you what wires are positive and what wires are negative. The whole nine. It'll tell you the whole thing about the wires. And this is coming from the receiver. On the pieces you get, on the connector case that you get, if you buy a cheap one, they probably don't have them. But most of them do. On the wire itself, I know you can't see it. I'm just using my iPhone, but there's lettering right there. This one says power antenna. It's for my antenna, which I won't be using. I'll be using this as to turn on my amp with, actually. And then but that's what you need. I got little crimps. I just use regular old pliers to crimp them. After I get done crimping them and putting everything together, it's kind of just matching colors. Some wires you won't even use. There's usually a couple leftover wires that are for other vehicles that the kit's made for and designed for. Well, forgot about my camera and I skipped a couple steps. Well, didn't skip a couple steps, I just didn't record what I just did. And just so y'all know, the receiver I bought is a Kenwood KDC 152 is the receiver I have. Now on this particular one, I'm not going to use a dash install kit. I have one, but I honestly don't feel like messing with it, and it'll work better out this way. I might end up doing one in a couple days. It's just getting late, but once you get all your connectors done, I electrical tape mine. It's just another precaution. I don't ever want anything happening. If you're going to put an amp and subs in your car, this is a good time to go ahead and, if you ain't got the stuff, go ahead and get the wires at least and go ahead and wire it in if you plan on getting it in the future. Saves a lot of trouble. Now, on this car, since this is already an amplified system, I'm going to use the power antenna to turn on the amp as the remote wire. I got my RCAs all hooked up to my receiver. Hooked my 2 pins in. Get this out of the camera. What are you doing? Got my 2 pins in. And on this on a year 2000 Mustang, I'm pretty sure 02 and 01 and 03 are all the same. But you do not need an antenna adapter. At least I don't. Depending on what receiver you buy. But if you buy the Kenwood KDC 152, you do not need one. Which is a bonus because I didn't buy one. But I'm going to hook all this. I'm going to finally hook it up and I'm going to give it a test. Just to check it out. I ain't got my amp or anything hooked up. Just want to make sure everything's working out. It should work before I hook my amp and subs up. So I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm going to get this first test on the camera. I just got the negative back in. So we're going to find out It's illuminated. Looks like it's working. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm gonna have to read the book. I'll be back in a second. And she's in there now. You'll have these extra wires. What I'm gonna do just as a precaution, because I don't want nothing touching each other. So I'm gonna put electrical tape over each one of these outlets. I'm a precaution kind of guy. If any of these touches, I don't know what will happen because I don't know what they're connected to be honest. But I will electric tape over top these. But that is how you install a dash into a 2000 Mustang. If you have any questions at all, don't be afraid to message me. I will help you out. So, but that's how an install on a 2000 Ford Mustang is with a premium 80 watt system.